Welcome to yet another video, another reaction video, of course. I'm brought here from Twitter. This tweet says, I fully believe the love of my life will find me even though I never leave my house. This is the type of delusional I am. The beloved has always found me in my solitude. I agree. I agree with it. But then, as TikTok does, takes me down the rabbit hole, and you start to ask yourself, why don't I want to leave the house? So we're gonna watch and see why we're single, why we can't leave the house. Is this linked to our confidence, our self-esteem? Maybe.
Let's talk about 3 possible reasons why you're still single. Number 1, you're not single because there are no good men. You're single because you haven't met enough men. Some of us are lucky enough to find the right guy in the first few tries, and others, like myself, need to go on about 200 first dates in order to find our husband. Yep, I went on about 200 first dates in my 20s because I knew that every wrong date led me closer to the one that mattered. Number 2, you're prioritizing everything else besides dating because the movies have told you that the right man will just fall into your lap. The right man can't find you if you never leave your house. Sure, timing is important, but you also have to put yourself in a position to meet the right guy at the right time. The 2 most important decisions you'll make in your life is what you do and who you decide to do it with. If your goal in life is to find a life partner, you need to start looking at dating as another career and not ancillary to your actual career, because the things we prioritize end up prioritizing us. Number 3, you're wasting your time holding on to hope for a guy who's almost perfect but whose fatal flaw usually involves him not wanting to commit to you. And you think if you just give him enough time to find himself, he will eventually find a way to commit to you. After all, you've invested so much time already, and what a waste it would be to let it go. This is the sunk cost fallacy holding you back. The time is gone, you'll never get it back, and the more time you sink into the wrong relationship, the less time you'll have to find the right one. Above all, maybe you're still single because deep down you want a partner but don't believe you deserve the one you want. And there's nothing like the fear of getting rejected by who and what you want that keeps you from going after your dreams. Because doesn't it feel safer for your ego to not get what you want because you've convinced yourself you don't want it than to get rejected by something or someone you fought for? But just remember that the things worth having in life are the things worth fighting for. So fight like your life depends on it, because you know what? It does. Let's talk about 3 possible...
Period! Read me down. That's correct. And one thing I will say about my friends who have always put themselves out there, got what they wanted, or they took themselves a little break, but it never stopped their momentum.
This is why you're still single. I believe there are only 3 reasons why someone would still be single. 1, you're not putting yourself out there enough. Yeah, but I'm on the dating apps and I'm trying to go out. I personally am not the biggest fan of dating apps. For me, I think that it's a vapid playing game. You gotta figure out how to get out of your house. If you sign up for classes, find a club, you gotta get out. 2, which people find the most interesting when I bring this up. You might be ready to meet your person. You've done the work, you're confident, you love yourself, you are comfortable being you. But maybe your love is not quite there yet, and they still have a lot of work to do. I believe there is a person out there for every single person, and I absolutely believe that we are guided to whoever our person is. I had too many coincidences when meeting my husband. I would be ignorant to think otherwise. So maybe your person is still having to deal with something from their past. They're still figuring out who they are. They're not at a level 10 of where you're sitting. Maybe they're at like a 6 and they're working their way up to that 10. As soon as they get to that 10, that's when you guys will meet. I do believe in destiny in that kind of way. So just sit there at a pretty 10. Continue doing what you're doing. Continue working on yourself. Continue making yourself happy, and just wait for whoever that person is to get there. 3, maybe you're that other person who needs to do the work. So maybe your person is already ready, but you still have a lot of work to do. And you've got a person out there. You just have to go out and find them.
She has a point. She has a point. Let's get into this next video.
Girl, do you want to know how to answer the dreaded question, why are you single? Because I know a lot of guys out there are actually asking you, and I'm sure that you're like really annoyed or you think that that question is lame. Girl, the question is not lame. It's actually a very important question for men as they are dating. And the reason I say this is because it's actually most of the time it's not what you say in terms of how you're answering that question, but it's about how you say it. Because if you come off defensive, if you come off bitter, it's going to be a turnoff, right? They will get a sense of whether you are thirsty, whether you are crazy, whether you are self-aware, based on how you answer the question. So I don't want you to be flippant, right? I don't want you to be defensive. I don't want you to say, oh, I'm just focused on my career. Because he's going to think that, oh, she doesn't have time for a serious relationship, or I'm not going to settle. She's going to think that, oh, she thinks everyone is below her or beneath her, so she's not going to accept me. One of the things that I think is important when you are answering this question is just to let him know the truth, right? Cool, calm, and collected. Grace under fire. That's a good question. I think that partly it's because I was focusing on myself, but also it was because I never really found someone that I matched with. What about you? Chill, honest, and clear. Talk to me about how you feel when that guy is asking you that question and what your normal response is. Yeah? And if you need help with how to communicate with men during the courtship.
How do you feel about that? Here goes our next video. I like this video a lot.
You why you are still single. He doesn't get it, that it's actually really rude to ask this question, because it's almost as if he wants to see if anything is wrong with you. And it's exactly for this reason that you have to stop to be so transparent about yourself. You don't know this man yet. Instead of telling him, yeah, you know, I was with Ben, but he turned out to be a narcissist. Or you tell him, yeah, I was with John. We lived together for 5 years. And, you know, the thing was that he could never really find a good job. So we're always struggling financially. It doesn't really matter so much what you tell him. Anything negative shows this man that you are not able to attract a healthy relationship. So this is what you're actually going to tell him. Although I've met some really amazing men, I think I wasn't really ready yet for a relationship or to settle down. You see, I was working on myself and on my career. And now I feel that I'm ready to be in a relationship, and that is why I'm dating. That shows that you are a woman who's self-aware. She's in control of what's happening in her life, and she doesn't feel offended when somebody is asking her why she's single. Because remember this, ladies. First, a man needs to earn your trust before you give him a roadmap to your heart.
That is right.
Well, I obviously don't actually know you, but it's probably some combination of 1, you're happy enough being single, 2, you're not around enough people who share your values, who are of dating eligibility, and 3, the inevitable childhood trauma that leads us to avoid intimacy.
Because sometimes that is what happens. Childhood trauma that leads us to avoid intimacy. And I feel like this is why hookup culture is so... the way that it is disgusting. It's disgusting, y'all. It's terrible. Okay. So, honestly, because that could be, you know, the case, it's really sad. I'm just glad I'm over with that. I mean, hookup culture does not exist over here. Relationships only. That is it. Because who's just trying to just do that? You could get a concubine to do that, or get somebody else. But anyway, let's go ahead. Let's get to this next video. Reasons why you're single. Now, let's be honest here. Number 1, your standards are in the clouds. You want a 6'4", billionaire, golden retriever personality, but a freak in the sheets. You want it all, okay? But we can't have it all. Number 2, you have a type, and it's red flags. Don't worry, I've been there. If every single one of your exes is a walking red flag, maybe it's time to sit down, talk about it, recalibrate. Number 3, you'd rather rot in bed than go on a mid-date. Listen, I am not judging, but if you're choosing your couch or your friends or Uber Eats over potential love and putting yourself out there, then that says a lot. Number 4, I love this one. You think someone is just gonna appear out of thin air, just jump out from the grocery store parking lot and say, oh my God, you are the love of my life, and you're gonna be swept off your feet. No, sweetheart, it doesn't work like that. If no one knows you exist, why are they even gonna pursue you? And last but not least, you secretly love being single, don't you? Freedom, the peace, the no one can disappoint me. You're thriving, but just admit it. She had some points. She made some great points. I'm gonna have it all though. Like, it exists. I'm going to have it all. I've seen my friends be able to have it all. I too will be winning. The fuck? Tell me what you guys think.
Girls be like, what's wrong with me? Why am I single? Baby girl, you're pretty, but you sit at home all day. You leave your messages on read. You don't open up your DMs, and your Instagram is on private, and you have major trust issues. That should answer it.
Like, we gotta put ourselves back out there. Like, what? That shit is terrifying a little bit. It's kind of scary. Practice at the gym. Practice at the, like, that's what I do. Just look good, all that. Let them come up to you. Let them ask you, ooh, are you still using that? And they look at you and you're like, no. Bam! Like, just practice interacting with guys at the gym. Even if y'all don't talk, the way that you look at them, they don't have to look like nothing. You watching me, watching you, I'ma make sure I practice the googly, okay? Like, duh. Now, this next video. I don't know why people get on the internet and start crying. I don't know if this woman is really telling the goddamn truth, because she's gorgeous. She looks great.
For how severely you screwed my life up.
So basically this says, life is so hard. I'm 41, still single, still alone. I got 0 friends and it's so hard. I don't care you rich or no. Just let me know if you want to talk with me. Desperation will never win. I'm telling you now. Been there. The hashtags on this video say divorced, dating, e-girl. Let's go on her page. Because is this bitch, I mean, is she serious? Oh my God. That's all she does is cry.
And then I also prayed to God.
Holy crap. Okay. Recently divorced, seeking male attention after a year. So she got divorced in 2022. This video is in 2023. Ready to embrace new beginnings. Would you go on a date with me? One of the comments on here say, you haven't healed yet. If you don't heal from what hurt you, you will bleed on people that did not cut you. Take more time to heal. Just ran into this video and noticed recent videos. God keep her safe in your arms. Okay? Damn. It's so windy out. I had my windows open. Anyway, let's keep scrolling. This is all her content on her page. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Love me. Respect me. Let's just like. Love me.
Oh my God. Okay. We just ran into a crash out, y'all. I don't know how she's doing. She ain't posted. She has not posted in a year. This video says, I'm currently living with my parents since my husband left me. He left me and I found out that he got another girl pregnant. I am 41 years old. I think this is fake. Desperation energy will never win. Anyway, let's get to it because dating also has to do with our self-esteem. Rejection is redirection, and also just how you could work on, you know, being better. Here we go. Here's our next video.
Why am I still single? I get a lot of people that ask me this question. And when they talk to their friends tell them, oh, you're amazing, you're smart, you're funny, you know, everybody else is intimidated, you're just waiting for the right person. All of those things are excuses. You're still single because you haven't asked enough people to be with you. It's as simple as that. It is math. The more people you ask to be with you, the more chances you have to be with that person, okay? Now you're probably thinking, oh, I haven't met the right person. Guess what? You're not gonna meet the right person doing the same exact things you've been doing this whole time, which is wake up, go to work, come back, hang out with the same friends. None of that's gonna work. You have to widen your network. Okay? That means you have to meet new people. You have to put yourself out there. You have to talk to people and let the world know that you are single, ready to mingle, to get married, inshallah.
Inshallah. I don't know if she was speaking to men or women on this one, just culturally, because I don't know what women are out there asking people to be with them. I know I'm not. But the guys, yes. Next, of course, doing the same things over and over again. Of course, you're not gonna find anybody. So like,
You're pretty. You have a car. 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 You have a job. You got your own money. He's ugly. No. You're pretty. Car. You have a car.
Here's our next video.
I don't know. My face given, my body tea, my money up. I'm that bitch. I don't have a motherfucking answer. I don't know.
Dead ass. And then the caption says it's too much work. Cause why? Like in the 90s it was not hard. 2000s it wasn't even hard. I just had to be born late. Damn. Not even just that. I don't live in a city. Bitch, it's cornfields.
You will repel men who are not ready for you. And this is a good thing. Here's why. If you've ever been talking to someone and then you go on a couple of dates, you hang out, everything's great, and then all of a sudden they pull away, this might be why. If you have your ish together, a good job, you got a good head on your shoulders, you take care of yourself mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, you got it going on, and maybe you fall into the category of, I can't understand why you're still single. This may be why. If a man approaches you to get to know you, he's doing this with minimal information, right? Then he collects the information, and he maybe saw you here, and now he's realizing that you are way up here, and he might be here, and this is too far to jump. You know what I'm saying? And this is why it's a good thing, because when you enter the relationship, you're still here, he's still here. This is gonna be what constantly tugs on your heart. He's not ready. He hasn't done the work. He hasn't gotten himself to the level where he feels like he can provide for you. Because how is he supposed to provide for you when you're up here? This doesn't mean that you come down here. This just means that he's not ready. And so in essence, when this happens, it is a good thing, because then you don't need to go through the heartbreak of trying to close that gap that will inevitably not work. Now, there's a difference between this and the anxious attachment, giving off clingy relationship vibes with minimal information. Basically, love bombing your own mind to acting like you're in a relationship before you have all the facts or even at that point, right? Which can also repel a man. Because I feel like there's so many, I was just talking to some girls at church about this. There's so many amazing women out there, and it's always like, why is she still single? Why is she still single? This is why. This is why. But let me tell you, I have so much faith. I am overwhelmingly faithful that God is going to deliver. And the reason that it hasn't happened yet is because the man that you and I are going to end up with is going to be, hold on, come on. The man that you and I are going to end up with is going to be here. He's going to lead us, so we're both there. You know what I'm saying? Love you. Bye. You will repel.
Period. Okay, inshallah. Amen. Ashe. So why do you think you're still single? What's going on? Why do you think you're still single? Share it with me down below. I think I'm still single because I do need to put myself out there, and I need to like not be afraid and be confident in what I've got, okay, to offer. While also practicing self-awareness, okay, because we're not just gonna bust it open for everybody. No, like, I want to be with my husband, okay? I'm not even saying future husband anymore, because the future, where the hell is that? I want it now, okay? So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna be putting myself out there this year, this summer. I'm more confident now. I'm more flirty now. I feel more better now. And yeah, like the video said, you gotta earn your trust, period. And in them earning your trust, it's not you giving away your body or the most intimate parts of yourself, which is mostly just your body as a girl. So yeah, they have to earn you when you're dating, and I love that. Earn this, and he gonna be okay. That's what I'm saying. Like, duh. Better not lower your motherfucking standards. But yeah, let me know what y'all think. Why are y'all still single? Is there a reason? Do you have a motherfucking answer? Catch you on the next one.